It's officially time for the 2023 World Series. The Bajas coming off an upset of the Moonshots in the semifinals via the Will Hainig walk-off. Will be taking on the Archers, who've been hot all season long, on the backs of the pitching staff of Isaac Noel and Landon Lawson. But now it all comes down to this, a best-of-5 series to see who will be the World Series champion in 2023.
The 6th annual World Series is now underway. We got the Bajas taking on the Archers. It's the first World Series in which the committee and RGCB are not in it. So we got two new teams here today. And honestly, I'm super excited for this matchup. And for the Bajas today, they'll have their full roster of John Satrowski, Charlie Shark, Logan Bond, Dominic Satrowski, and they'll have Will Hainig as well. So this team has been a powerhouse all year long. And they're coming off a dominant series win over the Moonshots. So they're riding with confidence today, taking on the Archers. They're also coming off a sweep of the RGCV. So both teams coming off sweeps. Both teams are red hot right now, so you can't ask for a better series than this. And for the Archers today, they will have their 4-man team of Isaac Noel, Landon Lawson, Odin Moore, and Gabe Linneman. In that series, Gabe Linneman absolutely popped off. Probably the best series we've ever seen from him. And the Archers pitching did shut the door in that series. It was a little rocky at times, but they got the job done. Now they're in the World Series for their first time. Fun fact for this World Series, though, Dominic is the only person today that's ever won a World Series. And we've had people make it in the past. Obviously, the Bajas made it last year as well, but Dominic's the only one who's ever won a World Series out of both teams combined. So we'll see if that experience helps him out today. So now we're going to do a little bit of an extended pregame show. We don't have Bruno Fish today, but he gave me some inside scoop on some things. So we're going to do a little extended pregame show and go over some of the finer details of the series. First, we're going to go over the strengths and weaknesses for both teams in my and Bruno Fish's opinion. So first of the Archers, strength they've had all year is their pitching duo. Isaac Noel, Landon Lawson. I mean, they've just been dominant all year long. Two guys who I think either one of them could be a Cy Young candidate this year, next year, and years to come. So both of them having two pitchers like that, I mean, you can't beat that, especially in a series like this. It's the best of 5. So that's going to play a big factor for them. So it's a big strength for the Archers. A weakness that they could possibly have is they don't have as much big game experience as the Bajas do. Landon and Odin, both rookies in this league, and Gabe and Isaac have only been in the World Series one time. So they don't have as much experience in these big games as the Bajas do. So I can see that possibly being a weakness for them. For the Bajas, I think a big strength for them is their contribution throughout the lineup. I mean, up and down the lineup, take your pick. At one point, they've literally carried their team at times. Will Hainig, you saw it in the semifinals, he popped off, and he did it against RGCV as well early in the regular season. You see Logan just hit all year long. John Satrowski, he had a big series last time. Charlie, Dominic, always hitting bombs. So up and down the lineup, they've had a lot of contribution. It's going to be a tall task today for the Archers to try to get around that lineup. A weakness that Bruno and I did see a little bit of is sometimes there's some inconsistency at the pitcher position. When John and Dominic are locked in, they are locked in, and they're not going to allow anything. But there are times where John will get in these walk spurts. We've seen it in playoffs in the past. So if he can limit those today, I think they should have a good shot at winning the series. So now we're going to go into the 3 keys for both teams here quick. For the Archers today, I think they got to get off to a hot start. We saw with the Bajas and the O's, those got to a hot start in Game 1, and they ended up cruising for a series sweep. So I think if the Archers can get off to a hot start, it could cause problems for the Bajas down the line in the series. I think they also got to mix up their pitching. Isaac, he throws a lot of strikes. Landon does as well. But they do sometimes throw a lot of the same pitches. I think if they can mix up those two and keep the hitters off balance all day long, it could cause a problem for the Bajas throughout the series. And finally, I think they got to continue with the bats. These last 3-4 series, the Archers have been just red hot. They started off real cold in the regular season, but their bats have just been on fire right now. And I think if they can just continue using those sticks, man, they have a good chance of winning this series. For the Bajas, 3 keys for them. Like I said, for their weakness, I think they have to have consistency on the mound. That's number 1 for them. I think if John and Dominic can be consistently throwing strikes, making the Archers earn at-bats and earn hits, that would be big for them. Number 2, I think they got to make Isaac work on the mound. We saw RGCD do it in the semifinal series. They made him throw a lot of pitches, and eventually Isaac got in a little bit of walk spurt there near the end. So I think the Bajas make Isaac work a little bit could pose a problem for them. And then finally for the Bajas, the bat's got to be on from the rip. They got to start hitting. Like I said, they have a lot of contribution up and down the lineup, but sometimes we'll see only one guy doing it. If up and down the lineup, they can all be doing that. It's going to be near impossible for the Archers to pull out a win. So it's a tall task, but if they can do that, I can see a World Series in the Bajas' future. But here's the tale of the tape between the two teams. They've been playing against each other a lot over the last couple of years, and big series as well. Semifinals last year. It kicked off this year playing each other. And here are the starting pitching matchup. It's going to be John Satrowski taking on Isaac Noel. Both guys have had their ups and downs this year. John probably more than Isaac this year, but John was red hot in the last series. So he's going to try to continue that here today against the Archers. And without further ado, let's go to the predictions of the series. I got word from Bruno. He's predicting an Archers sweep today. He thinks that they're just coming off a red-hot series against the RGCB, and he says he didn't see them losing a game here today. I kind of have a polar opposite take. I think the Bajas are going to win it in 5. I think their experience in the World Series last year is really going to help them. I think it could go either way. I think it's going to be a back-and-forth series. That's what I'm hoping for. Maybe it's just me hoping it goes to 5. But I'm super excited for this one. So without further ado, let's get on the field now for some pregame interviews. All right, John, you made it back. It's time. The World Series now. You're going up against the Archers. You're very familiar with them. You guys played them 2 times last year, and then obviously in your first series this year. So what's it going to take to beat them today and pick up your first World Series championship?
Yeah, I think we're ready. We're confident. We saw Isaac a lot last year. Saw him this year. We know what Landon pitches, so I think we're ready.
Landon, you're in your first year, already in the World Series now, going up against a Baja team that Archers have had a lot of history with. And you have a chance to win it in your first year. What's it going to take to do it?
It's going to take better at-bats than the semifinals? Job is not done. Not satisfied yet.
All right, World Series 2023. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time. 6th annual NWA World Series. Bajas taking on the Archers. Here we go. Pop fly to left on the second pitch of the game. Landon makes the play. 1 out. Got him. 2 down. 1-1 pitch. There's a shot in the left through. Base hit for Charlie. There's a shot in the left through. Baja's offense started. Here comes the only man who's won a World Series. Dominic Satrowski. 2 strikes. Pitch. Got him and nicked the elbow. Struck him out. Isaac gets 2 strikeouts in the inning. It's the Archers' turn now. 0-0. Got him. 72 on the high outside slider. 1 away. There's a shot in the left. Landed right off the bat, and first base goes yard. Off the tree in left field. Puts them up 1-0 here in the bottom of the first. The rookie doesn't need a warm-up. He's already on it. 1-0 Archers here in the bottom of the first. Got him. Work him out. 2 down. Swing and a miss. Got him. He does strike out 3, but not before Landon Lawson puts one into the tree and left. 1-0 game. Top second as World Series Game 1 rolls along. Swing and a miss. Got him. 1 out. Got him. He's throwing some screwball of it we haven't seen before from him. 2 down. Outside. Ball 4. I'll bring up Charlie. Dangerous hitter here. There's a shot down the line, fair. And a base hit for Charlie, his second one of the game. 2 on now for Dominic Satrowski. The pitch. Ball 4. Great at bat from Dominic. Brings up the man who's been clutch all postseason. Number 17, Will Hainig. Big spot here. The pitch. There's a shot to Landon, fields it, and tags third to end the inning. Isaac gets out of the bases loaded jam. Will hits it hard, just right to him. Bottom 2 coming up, 1-0 game. The 3-2 pitch. Got him at 70 on the slider, 1 away. Hits the corner at 72. perfect spot. 2 down. 73, right on the limit. Strikes out 3. Here we go, last call for the Bajas. Archers trying to take game number 1. Swing and a miss, got him. 1 out. All 4 on 4 straight. Here comes Charlie. One of the most dangerous hitters in the league, has a chance to take the lead here in game 1. He got him, swing and a miss. 2 down. It'll come down to Dominic Satrowski. Here we go, full count. Man on first, 2 down. The pitch here. Got him, and the Archers take game 1. Isaac Payton corners in game 1. Landon with the solo shot is all they need. They take game 1 and are 2 wins away from winning the World Series. Game 2 will be out on Monday. Be on the lookout for that one. Game 1 was a thriller. I'm excited for the rest of the series.